Hello, fellow IRFA APT colleagues. Thank you for taking the time to engage in the IRFA executive election process. I hope everyone is staying well during these unprecedented times, and please forgive me for the awkwardness of the Zoom platform presentation. My name is Megan Milani, and I'm a candidate for the position of IRFA APT Vice President. For those of you that don't already know me, I have worked at the University of Regina since June 2015 as a research contracts officer in the research office. In this role, I'm responsible for the legal review of all research-related contracts, as well as ensuring adherence to related policy and legislation. During my time at the university, I've had the pleasure of serving in various capacities with IRFA, including positions on the Finance Committee, the Bylaws Committee, and the most recent APT bargaining team. Since February 2020, I've also served as the interim Vice President APT as the seat was vacant at the time. From working at the Regina Humane Society to the Classics Poverty Law Clinic in Saskatoon, I've enjoyed many opportunities to volunteer and serve in my community. I currently am an active volunteer lawyer with Pro Bono Law Saskatchewan, and I welcome the opportunity to continue to volunteer at IRFA and to support my fellow colleagues. We've also been asked to answer some pre-submitted questions as part of our video submission for the position. The first question is as follows. What attributes or skills do you believe will serve you well as IRFA VP APT? I believe that my education and experience as a lawyer has allowed me to develop skills which are valuable to the APT Vice President position. I have been a licensed and practicing lawyer for the past 12 years. Prior to working at the university, I was engaged in private legal practice with an emphasis on family law and civil litigation. And I was trained as a collaborative lawyer or in interest-based negotiations. Through this work, I've gained skills in dispute resolution, including mediation and negotiation. I'm also experienced in presenting arguments in both oral and written formats. Advocating on behalf of one's client is at the heart of private legal practice, and I've had the opportunity to do so at all levels of provincial court. I have further used and developed these skills through my time at the university and through my involvement on the IRFA bargaining team. I enjoy problem solving and collaborating with a team to resolve issues. I'm well organized and articulate. I believe I'm hardworking and passionate about causes that are important to me. It's this unique set of skills and experiences which I believe are an asset to the IRFA APT members and to the IRFA executive. The second question we're asked to reply to is, what do you see as the most salient set of issues currently facing IRFA APT constituency, and how would you respond? In my opinion, the main areas of concern for IRFA APT members fall into three categories. The first is challenges posed by COVID-19. The second is ensuring adherence to the current collective agreement. And the third is communication with and engagement of IRFA APT members. I'd like to take an opportunity to address each of these in turn. We are currently dealing with the reality of COVID-19 and everything that has meant for our work and for our personal lives. Based on anecdotal evidence from colleagues across campus, as well as the recent survey conducted by IRFA, a good number of APT staff are experiencing challenges associated with the change in work conditions. These concerns include inadequate equipment to work from home, the inability to work due to childcare responsibilities, the overtaxing of existing staff in key units, and uncertainty experienced by term staff. Many of the concerns that have arisen in light of the COVID-19 restrictions are actually indicative of long-standing trends at the university. Frequently, there are terms in the collective agreement that speak to these issues. Diligent reliance upon these terms and ensuring adherence to them is essential, both during COVID-19 and at all times. For example, adequate equipment must be provided to employees to complete their work. They should not be required to use their APA funds or their personal money in order to have proper equipment to work from home, as we are currently doing. Another example relates to the overtaxing of staff. Time in lieu, temporary assignment of duties, and vacation provisions exist in the collective agreement. These must be enforced to ensure APT members are being appropriately consulted and compensated for their time. A final example is with respect to term employees. It is essential that all notice provisions for renewal be adhered to in order to give as much certainty to these colleagues as possible. We must also be aware of any contracting out of APT work that affects these precarious workforce. The final area of concern, and one of my main reasons for seeking the APT Vice President position, is a lack of engagement with IRFA APT members and the union. I appreciate that it's difficult for APT members to find time in their schedules to volunteer for IRFA activities, but it is essential that their voices are heard consistently and not just at bargaining time. It's also essential to ensure representation of APT members located at Campion, First Nations University, and Luther, as well as those working in satellite campuses. To this end, a new APT engagement committee has been proposed at this general meeting. A strong and vocal APT Vice President is a vital component of this effort, but this person must also be approachable and available for all APT members to bring their concerns forward. I see all of these areas as interconnected. Strategies for responding to each of these issues will naturally support the other objectives. Once IRFA ensures APT representation and engagement, IRFA can ensure the collective agreement is being honored, which will assist with ongoing concerns which have been exacerbated recently by COVID-19. In turn, dealing with those enforcement issues allow for even more focused bargaining come renewal time next year, and increased engagement through the year places us all in a better position for bargaining. In summary, I believe a union's goal should be to best serve its members. In order to achieve this goal, a union must have a strong and ongoing dialogue with its members to understand their priorities and concerns. As IRFA APT Vice President, I would be pleased to serve in this capacity. Thank you once again for engaging in the IRFA election in this unusual time. I hope to see you all on campus in the near future. Take care.